What's the best thing I can do before I start a divorce? The best thing you can do before you start a divorce is to actually think about the process. Think about what you want to accomplish. Think about why you are leaving that marriage, and think about where you want to end up. I like to ask clients, where do you want to be in a year? If you have an answer to that question, hopefully that will give you some direction, and that will give you some of the answers that you need to make decisions now to get to where you want to end up. One of the common mistakes that people will make when they start a divorce is all they want is that divorce to be over as soon as possible. They want that divorce to be done as soon as they file it. And unfortunately, the divorce process is not a fast process. It takes a minimum, an absolute minimum of 60 days in the state of Michigan. In some cases, it can take as long as 12 months. It all depends on what your issues are. If you don't have any children, that should make the process go a lot smoother, a lot more quickly, and you should be done with that process much sooner than if you have children. If you have children, there is a 6-month statutory waiting period in the state of Michigan, so your case cannot be completed for 6 months from the day you file it. Now, some judges will waive that, but that's a whole nother subject, and you can't count on the judge waiving that 6-month statutory waiting period. What should I be thinking about when I start my divorce? Of course, the primary goal is to get divorced and separate yourself from that spouse. That's the easy part. The more complicated part is, how do you get there, and what are the issues that need to be resolved? Are they going to be property issues? Are they going to be debt issues? Are they going to be child-related issues? What is the custody and the parenting time going to be? Where am I going to live while the divorce is going on? Who's going to get the house? What changes are going to be made for paying of expenses that may have been shared during the marriage? What bills are there that need to be paid? The point of this is you want to think about all the issues in advance. And I guess this is another way of saying you want to plan forward. This is something you should do with a lawyer, because the lawyer can help explain to you what the law is, how that law applies to the issues that are in your particular case, and what the process is going to be to get to the end result where you want to go once you create that plan. So when you think about all those issues in advance and you think about what your plan is going to be, that will usually make your divorce go that much more smoothly, because you have an understanding of where you want to go and where you want to end up. And all you are really doing in that divorce case is executing that plan.